Hi guys, Aragon here, and today we are starting off our journey in WolfQuest. This is a game that I played all of the time as a kid, and I just recently rediscovered it a few months ago now, probably. I would say maybe like 2 months ago. And so I wanted to start my YouTube journey off, also in WolfQuest. I think it just is very fitting. I do plan to play other games on this channel. We are starting off with this wolf CrowFang. I've played this game a little bit since getting it. I've only played 2 wolves. This wolf here, Bramblestar, and my very first wolf, Aragon Heart. I've only played challenging so far, but I do want to play the other difficulties. So we have Sparrowwing here, who will be starting a different playthrough with. I haven't played her yet. She's gonna be our kind of like legacy playthrough for YouTube. I would definitely want her to have pups and to play through her life, and I plan to play her on accurate mode. It'll be my first time raising pups in accurate, and I've already had difficulty raising pups in challenging, so we will see how that goes. But CrowFang here is who we're going to start with, and I'm actually going to be playing him as a lone wolf. Let's open up his settings here. So this is what I've kind of given him. He's kind of like baseline. I kind of pictured him to be a very big, kind of a little brute of a wolf. I didn't want him to be so much of a brute that things are easier for him. He is a lone wolf, so I do want it to be fairly difficult, and I am going to be playing Unforgiving with him because I do think as a lone wolf it'll be easier for me as an introduction into that higher difficulty, just because the only thing I really have to worry about is being killed by other wolves, or if I hunt poorly, I could die. He is an iron wolf, so once he's gone, he is gone. And I do plan to play him through his whole life as a lone wolf. Potentially, I'm thinking that in his late years, like 7 or 8, like on his last kind of leg, that I might end up having him take over a rival pack. Definitely, that is a potential that I am thinking about. So this is his bio. Crowwolf is a lone wolf who was ran out of his pack by his father for looking mangy and weak. Can he survive to see his 8th birthday? Will he ever settle into a pack of his own? Will he one day take over an already established pack? Only time will tell. I did make him a little more cautious. He's not overly cautious, but because I am playing that higher difficulty, I did decide to keep him a little more cautious. Normally, I personally play very bold. I'm definitely the type that in this game I do just like to charge in there and try to take down the kill. But because he's an iron wolf and on his own, I do think that he would be a lot more cautious and careful of what he's doing. He's a full loner, as it's suggested, with him being a lone wolf and all. And then he is pretty energetic. I kind of want him to be on the move most of the time. I haven't ever played a lone wolf playthrough, so we'll see how this goes, but I do know that you have the option to claim small territories, and I was originally thinking of probably just having him try to evade other wolves to make it a little more difficult. But because I am playing on that Unforgiving difficulty, I may go ahead and take over a small section of territory when the time comes, just to give us a space where we can eat our food and kind of be at somewhat of peace. We'll see though. I think it would be very fun and challenging. So I definitely, with CrowFang here, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go ahead and play. I was going to play on Lost River, because I have not played the Lost River map yet in the Anniversary Edition, and I really want to check it out. We may travel through other maps as him, since he is a lone wolf. He is going to be on the move. Yeah. Mate death, cannot die. We're going to put permadeath on that, so that if we ever do take over a pack or anything like that, his mate can die. Difficulty, Unforgiving, territory. We don't have to worry about the pup deaths at all in this. Wonder where. I'm thinking I do want to start maybe with this region because the town is there. We're gonna stick with South Central so that we can kind of explore everything without worrying in the beginning. I want to check things out. My plan here with CrowFang is definitely to explore. I want to try and get some of the achievements and find a lot of the collectibles, things like that. Since he is a lone wolf, it'll give us something to do. Founding a new pack. I'm not going to read any of these. I feel like most people watching kind of already have an idea of how the game works. I do want to find a spot here to go ahead and get an intro filmed. We have some pronghorn right over here. Pronghorns. Sometimes I say pronghorns. Let's open up the map. I do kind of want to find a waterfall for this intro, so I might come down by the lake, maybe. I'm trying to think. Maybe if I come over to the creek and follow it down, looks like maybe right there might be somewhat of a waterfall. I'm kind of just talking to myself here, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the territories on quite yet. Not really worried about that right now. And then obviously our mini navigational map up here will show kind of everything. I also apologize if you can hear the clicking of my keyboard very much. My husband just got a new computer, so I took over the old one and moved it out to my art studio in the shed. And it's freezing out here right now. But I took the new keyboard that came with the computer because we have 2 young kids that are very destructive. And I really don't want them to break the new keyboard because the old one is already semi-broken. But I had a really nice intro that when we removed my husband's stuff off the computer, it got rid of, even though I transferred the files over. So I do just want to get a new intro. So I'm thinking maybe something like this. I think this can be our cool. Anytime I find antlers or tools, this can be a spot that I come back to, so that kind of at the end we'll have a huge collection of all of the different things that you can find in the game. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Is that? Okay, so like I said, I haven't played Lost River at all yet. And there's a cougar, so gotta watch out for that. But I'm very curious with the snowman over there. Does that mean that this is like they updated the game to have little things like that? I'm very curious. I want to go over there and see what it says in the game. Just don't want the cougar to be over here. This is cool. Just a giant snowman. There's no achievement or anything attached to it, it doesn't look like. And maybe that's always here. I've watched some people play Lost River, but I've tried not to watch too much because I didn't want to spoil too much. I definitely wanted this to be one of those moments where it's like your first time playing a game, kind of, even though it's not my first time playing. I guess we could go for the mule deer. And maybe by then it'll kind of darken up a bit. So he is a bit slower, but I'm not really worried about that. And I'm not worried about getting the elk quest right now. So we'll just go ahead and run these mule deer out to tire them. While we're on the chase here, I did also just want to let those of you watching know that I am planning to pre-record at least 2 episodes of CrowFang's series. Because I am planning to have a few videos ready to upload, because I am a stay-at-home mom, but I don't have a lot of time to do this kind of stuff. So, let's see. Oops. I haven't played this in a minute. I'm a little bit rusty, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, and I think I accidentally bit the other one instead of biting the same one. Okay, now got a neck bite. So that's good. It's definitely a lot better. This is not an ideal place to be taking down prey on. There we go, we got it. More core. Let's mark the carcass. Okay, so as I was saying, I do plan to pre-record some stuff. I took a lot of my health down getting that mule deer. I'm gonna have to be much more careful with future hunts. But like I said, this is my first time playing at a higher difficulty, and I'm playing it at the highest difficulty with him. So I probably should have tired them out a little bit more, but that's fine. And I don't even know if we'll come back to this carcass. I do believe in Unforgiving and Accurate that you starve faster, if I'm not mistaken. So I do think that I'll get hungry faster, but... And there's the town down there, looks like. Or one of the neighborhoods. It's probably not the town. I definitely want to check that out. This is a really pretty view. But yes, so I do want to pre-record a few videos, some of those being completely different, like, playthroughs. I want to play Winterboro again, because that's one that I did play as soon as it came out. It was a very cute and fun game, and they just released a new kind of mini update for it. Box. So Winterboro is definitely a game I'll be playing if anyone is interested in that. If you've never heard of it, it's just a cute, like, winter-themed game. You're playing as a mouse, and it's a survival game. And it's super cute. There is a, like, whole storyline to it, and you basically stick to the storyline. There's not too much to do outside of the storyline, other than just crafting cute things. But they did add some stuff, like I said. And I do want to touch on the naming of the wolves. I do name my wolves based off of how the warrior cats are named in the Warrior Cats book series, if you've never heard of it. I loved that series as a kid, and they're still adding to it, and I actually plan to reread it just for fun whenever I have some time. But I do name my wolves based off of that. So that's where CrowFang kind of gets his name from. Is this? I haven't looked through all the achievements. I don't actually know what all of them are. I'm gonna have to look at some of them. I do know that this map has, like, landmark achievements, like the one we got earlier. I know that there's also achievements for Floppy, the moose, and like laying in beds. So that's some stuff that we can do as we have some time here to explore. I haven't checked any of this out, so this is like all completely new to me, and even the videos I've seen of Lost River, I still haven't seen all of these houses and things. So, an oil rig. Okay. And fun fact about me too, while I'm just exploring here, I actually grew up not far from Yellowstone. So I have always lived very close to the Yellowstone National Park, and it's very beautiful if you've never been. I still have yet to see a wolf in person. I've gone to all the places that they're most commonly found. I've gone at the times of year that they're most commonly found, and I just have not seen a single wolf yet. Which is kind of sad, because I've always wanted to see one every time we went when I was a kid. I just would daydream about seeing one, and then we never did. Whoops. So, I do know that Lost Creek is like its own map. It's not a part of Yellowstone. It's just kind of like inspired by it, but I did just want to share that. The Santa Claus. Yeah, I'm thinking this stuff that the patch maybe that they had added some little like holiday themed stuff. This is my first year around this time of the year to be playing this game, so I don't know if that's something that they do every year. Oh my gosh, look how cute! It's a little gingerbread house. So cute. Can you go inside? No, I can see the inside, but we can't go in. That is adorable. This has to be just like a temporary thing. I'm curious if any of you know if this is normal or like that they've done this before. I'd love to know if it's something that happens like every year. Does this say anything? The Vogel house. So it looks like there was supposed to be another house here. Maybe. And they've replaced it with this for the holidays, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played this map yet. Oh my gosh. I know a few landmarks, like the frog, and then in the town you can go in like the coffee shop and stuff. I do know about Carmela, the dog. I know quite a bit about the game. It's been so long since I played it, and even the little bit that I've played now has mostly been just like taking care of pups. Because raising pups in this game is actually quite difficult, even on just challenging mode. Full transparency, on my personal legacy playthrough, I did change the difficulty down to easy just so that I could raise my last 2 pups, because they just kept dying over and over, and I kept reloading. I kept trying to reach them to the growing pups and getting them full grown, and I could not do it. Maybe I'm just really bad at the game, but I couldn't do it. So I did absolutely change the difficulty just to get 2 of the pups grown. And then after that, Noah and the Beavers. But, sorry if you can hear my dogs, by the way. Like I said, my setup is out in the shed. Oh, and there's, I think this is one of the dens. Oh, maybe not. It just kind of looks like one. There is a den along, like, the rock face over here, I know. Somewhere. Maybe it's actually on that side. I don't know entirely. But yeah, my setup is outside in my shed where my art studio is. So if you can hear dogs, I do apologize. That just is something I can't really fix. Because they want to be in here with me, but the shed currently is not in a state that I would let my kids or my dogs in here. So that's actually me and my husband's plan. And hopefully this isn't too boring for you guys. Definitely let me know. This is my first, like, YouTube video. So I do want feedback for things that you think I could do better. Boy, it's cute. One of the dogs. Curious which one that one is. Yeah, so since this is my first YouTube video, I definitely want feedback if any of you have any of things I could do better. There's certain things that are kind of out of my control as of now. Oh, Christmas wreath. But when I'm actually editing this video, I'll have a better idea. Oh, is that the Carmela dog? Yes. But I'll have a better idea of kind of things that I can see myself that maybe need fixed. Like anything in the actual recording settings or anything like that. I think one of these buildings you can bring a mate into and get like a bring your mate on a date type of achievement. It might have been the one that we were just in. I don't remember. Oh, I think it's this one. So yeah, I think if you bring a mate in here and sleep with them, it like is an achievement for a date night type of a thing. At the Carmela's Pizza. The girl with the pearl earring, but it's Carmela. So cute. This is so cool to see too. I just haven't got to explore any of this myself. So I'm kind of exploring it with you guys. Like I said, because he's a lone wolf, there's not too much for us to do other than kind of explore and try and find things and get achievements as well as like hunting. So if there's anything I can do that you guys would like to see as a lone wolf, we can definitely think about doing that. And it is getting dark, so I do need to head back to my spot here. I'm just so curious if there's anything that would be prettier. Like, I kind of want to go up here and check out up here and see if there's maybe another waterfall over here. Looks like maybe there's a bridge or something. Because I know that there is a really pretty waterfall somewhere. I think it's up here. A two-step. I could be wrong, but I think that there's like a really pretty waterfall up here. But I don't know entirely where it's at. So part of me wants to run up here really fast and see what that looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, anything that you guys would like to see as a lone wolf, do let me know. We can try to make it happen. Or if there's certain achievements, like we can go get cattle achievements, things like that. It's kind of more just on the fly of like what we feel like doing. And then of course keeping myself alive, because we are in Unforgiving, so I do need to remember this is not challenging. I need to sleep and get my health back up. Definitely. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this outro recorded, and then we can pick back up. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just see you guys if we come across anything interesting on the way up there. So I actually knew about this, but I found this bear. I saw it in someone else's playthrough when they came across it, but thought I would just show it to you guys really fast because it is something interesting, it's something new, and it's a part of this playthrough. So I will catch back up with you guys again later. I do need to go out for hunts, so I think we're gonna go ahead and go try to find some elk so we can progress gameplay a little bit. And then I still haven't decided. I'm still thinking about if I want to go ahead and claim some territory or not. It definitely, I'm pretty sure it's not necessary. I think you have the option. It just makes it a little bit safer and gives you a place that you can like hunt in and eat food. So we're gonna go ahead and just start with this rabbit because I definitely don't want to starve. Here's the herd. Just go ahead. We have a lot of bowls. Okay. You have. Oh, you got some? Yes, okay. I'm gonna try to down this way. I don't want to lock my cursor on it just yet. Let's see. No! I haven't played in a couple of weeks. I'm a little bit rusty. And I'm always super bad at letting go. She also was really close when I was looking for that light, so that was also just my fault. Singing this, guys. We've got them headed the way that we want them headed. So. Oh, that's another calf. Okay, I'm gonna. Ooh! I don't want to bite the mom. Okay. I think it's safe to say that I'm going to be really bad at hunting by myself, but... What is it doing? I don't know why my wolf just was like crouching. This is gonna be my biggest downfall in this game, is letting go in time to not get hit by the mom. Let go. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna rest. It's definitely not gonna heal me, but it'll help a little bit. So, I am sorry. That's probably so cringe to watch because nobody else has any issues, but like I said, I think this is gonna be our biggest issue with this game. For me, is just surviving hunting. I think that's gonna be the hardest part, is just not getting kicked. And like I said, I haven't played in a few weeks, so I am just kind of like coming back to the game on top of playing the hardest difficulty right away. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't really want to sleep again, but I'm gonna have to. It is absolutely freezing out my shed. I do have a heater on, but it's not like amazing. I have some hand warmers here too, but the hand warmers actually aren't that hot. I do think they might be expired, so they're not getting as warm. But this cup of tea feels so good on my fingers. Okay, let's carry on. I guess that's a question for any of you guys watching. What is one of your favorite warm drinks? Especially like in the winter months or just the colder fall months. Are you like a hot chocolate kind of a person? A hot coffee? Hot tea? Do you not like hot drinks? There's hot apple cider. Ooh, what's this? A cabin. That's cute. Oh, this is the one that has the den. Is the den underneath, I think, technically? So cute. And it's all decorated for winter. Why does this look like there's a body under there? Like, does it not? I have seen this in a video. Very interesting. Can Ashy be trusted? Lost River Wolf Recovery Project. That's cute. Okay, I don't know if I have to sleep in the bed. I guess I can just go ahead and do it. Like, we're just gonna be more hungry when we wake up, but... Nothing to eat or drink starting at midnight. That's funny. Oh yeah, this feels so good. Is that a real sleep in 3 human beds? Okay, yes. Lab parking. That's cute. I'm thinking that's Carmela. I think that's a real picture of Carmela. I don't know everything about animal weirdness. I don't know anything about, like, Carmela, really, besides the fact that... Oops. Besides the fact that she exists in the game. But let's go ahead and see what we got, because we're starting to get really hungry, and I'm not gonna gain any health at all. This sucks. I knew it was gonna be harder, but I didn't think it was gonna be too much harder. But I do really have a hard time with I'm not gonna be like too crazy about dropping stuff off as I find it, because we are trying to survive in the wilderness. But there's another skull over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this off next to this skull. Treasures. Okay, so we have a treasures marker here on the map, just so that way I can come back and like collect them either off camera or just when we don't have too much going on. But right now, we need food. And it needs to be a successful one. So, okay, we are still chasing these deer, but I did want to come back and just say that I do know you do have to be very strategic with hunting in this game. Even on challenging, like, taking down the prey just works better if you just have patience and you just are very strategic about tiring them out first. So I definitely needed to tire out that mom and baby elk more, and it would have been a little bit easier for me. But also strategy wise, honestly, playing as a lone wolf, it probably is easier. I don't know until I actually try it in theory, but I've always usually tried to just take down like the adult rather than the baby, because when you attack the baby, obviously the mom is going to defend it, so your chances of getting hurt are greater, obviously, especially if you're like me. You have a slow reaction time and have a hard time like paying attention and letting go before getting hit. So I think my strategy from now on is going to be to go for the parent. Here's another wolf. I'm assuming it's a dispersal. Whoop. Maybe we'll go for mom. It's kind of sad because then the baby's just going to run off, and like in real life it would just die without its mom. But let's see. I think that's gonna be my strategy. Elk is just go for the mom. Just watch for one of the cow elk to trip and chase her, and just chase the herd until she's weak, because eventually the weakest one will turn around to fight. I'm not even gonna do it. Not even gonna bother. We're gonna go eat our carcass. I thought maybe I could take it down, but that baby's not. I would have had to get the neck bite, and my wolf is just too injured, too tired. My stamina's gonna drop pretty fast because of my injuries and being tired, so. Go ahead and eat what we have. I'm gonna tell myself that that baby ran over to that other herd of mule deer and got adopted by another mom, just to make myself feel better. It's sad, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be something on that carcass by the time we wake up. I don't want to sleep right on the carcass. Yeah, there's already. So I'm not really that worried about it, because I do have to. Oops. I'm not too worried about them getting the carcass. There's not much left on it. I'm gonna have to go take down some elk anyways, so we'll just go ahead and sleep. Okay, so I've gone ahead and found an elk herd. I'm going to try and get them to run. I think this might be 2 elk herds in one. I mean, it looks pretty standard, but I'm surprised they're running right now. Please. Yeah, see, some of them are not running, so that was not a good idea, but oops. We're gonna go ahead and chase these guys. Like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about getting a calf. Yes, they're easier to take down, but at the end of the day, if I can get a cow to trip and get hurt and tire her out, she's not going to be... It's going to be easier for me, personally, to just take down the cow elk, as opposed to trying to take down a baby with a mom also trying to kick me in the head. So that's gonna be the strat here. Because we have two babies back here. Oh, here we go. I think this one is the one we're gonna want. She turned around. Yep. I mean, she could just be really dumb. But she does keep turning around. I think she's the one that fell earlier. And she's probably getting a bit tired. Yep. She's gonna be the one that we go for. She's the weakest so far. And I don't think she has a baby, so I'm just gonna keep on her. I'm just gonna keep chasing. She looks like the same size as her calf, though. From this angle. Probably because I'm zoomed out a little bit, but... I don't know. The baby's pretty big. But yeah, they're separating from the herd now, so I'm just gonna stick with these guys. But I gotta decide which one's which. Okay, that one's still running. Yeah, so I think that they were both cows. I need to not let her get up. Damn it. That was my bad. Entirely. She's not as low on health as I would have liked, but she is tired, so her health is going down significantly faster than it would. If she wasn't tired already. So I think we can do this. Kind of sucks. Now I kind of wish I would have bit the other one. I went for her because she fell. So I was just naturally thinking that that was her second time falling, but I think the other one was actually the one that was turning around and fighting before. And I should have stuck with just both of them for a minute longer. But that's okay. She's tired. Okay, I think we'll go in the bite. Yeah, she's doing significantly lower damage to me, and she just fell again, so... Whoop. I hate when I run out of stamina. That was a good kick, but we're still doing good. Well, if the wolf would bite. There we go. We got her. I'm just trying to let my stamina kind of regen a little bit. So I can even hold on. Let's just get these around. Okay. And get out. Okay. So that took long enough. So after we eat... Oh, I guess I'm not even that hungry. I'm just trying to hunt for the quest. I've seen some pretty weird ones, but... Oh, it's snowing. Love the snow. Let me know if you guys like snow. Like I said, I'm pretty close to Yellowstone, so normally I get a lot of snow, but this year we've hardly had any, and it's really sad. We don't have any snow right now. We didn't have any snow on Christmas. We got a mini blizzard the day after Christmas, and it melted in like 15 minutes. So nice warm tea while it's snowing in the game. I know WolfQuest isn't meant to be like a cozy game, but sometimes it feels that way, especially if you played it like as a kid. I'm also surprised that there's no. Oh, it looks like maybe there is. No, I think they're just crows. Oh well, it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna eat the little chunk first. I think we're gonna sleep one more time, hopefully heal our major injury. And if there's anything you guys want to have me check out on this map, you can go ahead and tell me about that too. I do know about the little like frog sculpture statue things up on the cliff. Okay, I see them. Almost killed myself getting to them. These guys are having like a really hard time finding a path to run. I don't want to get like caught up in the midst of it and trampled, but they are scattered. Oh my gosh. I guess it doesn't matter which one I chase. I'm just gonna do these ones because I'm already right next to them. I've never seen the elk scatter that bad before. Normally they're pretty good about like keeping up with each other. This one is like doesn't even care that she's being chased. She might be injured. She's pretty slow. But I don't know if she's just slow because her AI is trying to track her back to her herd. She looks like really small compared to that bull. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one's for sure weak. She just turned around to fight. So we want to just keep up with her. Like, I should just fight and see what she's even at. Already have health. Yeah, I could go for her. Like, it's definitely a better idea to tire her out still, but... she's super weak. It's a cat. That's why. Okay, she separated from her mom when we separated them earlier. So she was a calf that was already weak. That's great. Okay. So we completed the hunting quest, finally. Only after like an hour. Skip tips because I'm not finding a mate. That sucks. I think I'm gonna go back to the cabin that we were just at. This looks like a spot. Oh! This is the mine shaft. Okay. Hold on. These? Okay, yeah. This is a light, so we can go in that mine shaft. I did see Simple Square in one of her really old playthroughs. She did kind of like a lone wolf thing. I'm gonna leave my meat chunk right here. we're gonna go check this out. Actually, we're gonna check this out in the next episode. So I don't know how long this first episode is gonna be and how much of it I'm gonna kind of cut out, because it was a lot of just kind of running around and doing random things to start. So I hope this video was pretty good. I hope it wasn't too boring. The next episode, we're gonna go ahead and explore this mine shaft, and we'll see what else we get up to. It'll probably start snowing because it's that time of the year now, and CrowFang is not going to be finding a mate. So in next episode, we will be exploring this mine shaft and also possibly claiming some territory. We'll see. I kind of like the idea of just trying to evade the other wolf territories, or like evade their detection, and stay alive. Kind of makes it a little more challenging. So we'll see what we decide to do. For now, that's going to be it. I will see you guys in the next one.